Hey there, I'm still here, me, Darmageddon, in the kitchen, getting well, planning food for my week. I just made the world's best spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce. Pretty sure no one makes it better than me. So far, that's my experience. I've got zucchini chips doing their thing over here. And now I'm making sauerkraut. And I think I'm gonna do turmeric kraut today. I bought some just because I'm out completely. But my friend and roommate Sean got me this turmeric root powder. Usually I use it fresh, but this stuff looks good. It's organic and we have a lot of it, so I may as well use it. And I got here some Celtic sea salt, and then I cut up 3/4 of this cabbage. So I got that right here. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get it ready to put in the jar. So what you do first is you throw in some salt. I got a little handful here. I don't know, is it enough? Let's find out. I feel like I could add a little more because I like salt. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna massage it. Right? Give it a really nice massage and squish it, run it through my fingers, and yeah, just get that salt everywhere on it. I feel like maybe I need more, but I'll give it a second. Just it starts to sweat, get all juicy. That means I'm making progress. So, yeah. Ooh, I might have just flicked some out onto the counter too, and that's okay. Maybe the counter wants a little cabbage. So I love sauerkraut. My daughter wishes I wouldn't eat it. We don't need to talk about that. But anyway, hey Satori. But yeah, it's super healthy. I love fermented foods, and cabbage as well as other cruciferous vegetables are the best anti-cancer and pro-health foods for most people to eat. I know some people have trouble, digesting roughage. So for those kind of people, cabbage is not a great food. But for the rest of us, it's really, really good. So I'm just gonna taste this, wash my hands. Yes, I could go a little saltier, so I'm going to in just a second. But before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this turmeric. And I'm not really sure how much to add, so I'm just going to take a generous spoonful here and look at it. I feel like I could do another generous spoonful. Why not? That looks maybe more like it. We'll check it out. And I'm going to take another good fat pinch of salt. And put that on there, and back to the rubbing. Oh yeah, it's getting all soft, kind of golden. It's kind of dirty purple gold. So one thing that is also great, besides the health benefits of sauerkraut, is how easy it is to make. I always thought it'd be complicated. I heard about people who add whey and other probiotics to it, but you don't really have to do all that. If you add salt, it just kind of does its own thing. And you just have to, put it in the jar, shove it down real tight so its juices cover it, and then maybe once or twice a day, check on it. And shove it down a little bit further. So you open up your jar and you take a spoon and just press the kraut down so that it's constantly covered in its own juices. So right now I'm starting to get to the juicy point, but I'm not quite there. I'm just gonna keep on doing this. And the better I do it here, the more juicy it will be, and the more it will cover itself, and the more awesome. I think that the turmeric did absorb some of my salty juices, so I'm just gonna have to rub it a little bit more, and that just means, everyone loves a good massage. Well, maybe not everyone, but this cabbage does. The cabbage loves a good massage, and it helps it to give up some of its moisture. It just gets excited and sweats it all out, and then that means you can cover it with itself, and it ferments and just creates awesome probiotic blessings for me and for you and for anyone that we share our kraut with. So I thought I was probably making a quart here, but now that I'm squishing it, I don't know if I really need a full quart. I might go get one of these other jars that's, I don't know what size it is, maybe like a 20-ounce jar instead of this quart jar, because I don't think I'm gonna fill up the quart jar. And you do want to have it pretty full so that, you know, just the juices are reaching up to the top. So I'm getting pretty juicy here. And as soon as I feel satisfied, I'm gonna grab that jar and put this in it and demonstrate the tapping process. I mean, I think I explained it all right. It's really not that complicated, but I'm gonna do it just in case anyone wants to see it done. It's so exciting. Oh yeah, so look at that. Now there's juices. Juicy, juicy, juicy cabbage. So delicious and nutritious. It's amazing. All right. You know what else I like about cabbages? I can just talk while I do this to take up the time that it takes to make it its most awesome. One thing that I think is really cool about cabbages is that when you cut them open, there's this beautiful tree of life. I can show part of it on this quarter of a cabbage that I have laying here, but it looks like, you know, a trunk and branches in there in white, and then there's, you know, all the branches, and then like all the cabbage leaves are the leaves. And so I like that about it, and I just assume that anything that has a tree of life inside of it is awesome for my life. And then there's a lot of evidence to support that cabbage is in fact good for your life. And one interesting thing about living in the United States is I feel that we under consume and under appreciate cabbage as a culture, because most cultures it's a staple, like people eat a lot of it, you know, and in Chinese food, Korean food, Vietnamese food, Russian food, Mexican food, Filipino food, German food, Polish food, pretty much every kind of food. Well, not every kind, but a lot. Okay, look at this. Can you see this? You see all that juice coming out? We're getting somewhere now. So it's real juicy. We're pretty much ready to put it in a jar. So I'm gonna go rinse my hands and grab the jar, but I want to make sure that I divest myself of all of this goodness. And before I wash my hands, I'm gonna lick my finger. Yep, it's salty and covered in turmeric. That's great. So here we go. In the jar. Okay, I decided to go for this different jar here because I don't think I have enough for the full quart that I had planned. Here's a little bit of that tree of life that I was talking about. Can you see that? Beautiful. I have the worst lighting in here, and that's okay too, but just thought I'd share that with all y'all. So now I'm just putting this kraut in the jar, letting it slip on in, pushing it on down. Oh, I hope it's not too much. Maybe I did need the other jar. I don't think so, though. I think if I push it in, yeah, it's gonna work. I might have to just eat some of this cabbage if there's a little extra, but I don't think there is. Maybe there is. I don't know. It's all such a mystery. It might be exactly perfect. I sure hope so. If not, I'm gonna fake it. I could lie to you. I don't have to show you what's in this bowl, but I'm not like that. I'm not a liar. Okay, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so here I've got the stuff in this jar, and I'm gonna push it down a little bit, make a little bit more room, because I want to fit all of the rest of my goodies in here. So in here I've got the rest of the juice, which I'm pushing in, and just a little tiny bit more cabbage. And would you look at that? I'm not even lying. It's perfect. Want to see my empty bowl? Oh yeah. So I'm rinsing my hands again. I want to make sure I meet all the food health and safety standards. Just joking, I'm like the biggest finger licker in the world, but I do wash my hands in between. So here's what you do at this point. You want to just push and push and push, push and push. Oh, look at that, the juice is coming over it. That's good. You want it to be covered in juices. And then my sauce, knocking the other jar over. I'm just getting carried away here. The phone's falling off its little platform. Everything's going crazy. That's how good this kraut is going to be. It's going to be crazy kraut. Okay, so yeah, is that pretty clear that the juice is coming over? It's kind of cloudy because it's got all the turmeric in it. It's going to make it extra healthy and anti-inflammatory and great for my blood and my cells. Okay, it's pretty juicy. Just making sure that all of it is covered. I want it really to go down and really not have any of my cabbages emerging over the juice. That would be no good. I mean, I don't know how bad it really is, but the goal is that you got juice over all of it. So I'm just gonna keep pushing it until I feel satisfied that the juice is really on top of the situation. That's exactly how we want it. More juice on top. All right, let's see, is it pretty good? I think it's pretty good. It's kind of floaty up here, but that's all right too. Okay, so now we're covered in juice. The next step is to put a lid on it. Oh, this could be a problem because I think these kind don't have a lid that works. This could be a problem. All right, this is definitely a problem, so I'm gonna have to put it in another jar. But as I mentioned, all you do, put it in the jar, cover it with juice, put an airtight lid on it, and check on it every day and shove it down under the juice again. So I'm signing out to find another jar with a lid that fits. So this is my reality. It's really good, just like this kraut's gonna be. Enjoy life, eat well, feel good, be awesome.